Hey, welcome back to another tune. This time we've got the Loki 4M, also known as the Beamer M4. It is very good at tandems or top 32 championships is what I've tuned this to be. It's also really good in just the normal drifts or whatever, tandems, time attacks, whatever. It's also very good at that. Uh, so it's also got a clean stance to it because you can't have a good drift car without having the stance perfect, nicely sitting on the rims almost. For the setup, you're just gonna want 10 centimeters of spring length, 6370 on the stiffness, 25 to 2000. I think most of this is basically the stock stuff. So if you want to copy all these down, you can. But most of this is stock. Some of this isn't. Like the camber would be minus 70, front camber minus 238, front toe roughly 0, but maybe a bit over. It ain't got to be perfectly 0.02. Roll bar 17 0. The roll bars 70. I just said that. The caster 9.5 and 20% Ackerman with an axis of 10. I haven't changed that. Say this car hasn't been tuned for the new update, but it works twice as well anyway. So that's good. The Kingpin 10 also, and the max is 65. The wheels are running 20" with 675 on the fronts and 285s on the back. 200 tire pressure, 100 adhesive. Don't want to slick your wheels out anymore with a 30% profile. The engine is completely maxed out with just the stock engine. You don't really want to change that. Um, the transmission, I believe, is pretty much stock. Sequential, limited slip diff with 50. Um, Final drive 393, gear 1 411, gear 2 231, gear 3 154, uh, gear 4 117, gear 5 1, and gear 6 0.84. Brakes 3300 with 66%, no ABS and no launch control. Best way to do it. I say it is very good at what I've made it to be. Paint job's clean, the spoiler's clean, it's all just amazingly clean. And now I'll show you how good it is by winning the tournament first try. So let's load in and see what we can do. Alright, let's do these qualifications then. I reckon from what I've done in the past, this can easily get you maybe a 1026, maybe 1024, depending on how good you are yourself, because the tune helps you out a lot, because you can actually keep the angle and all that. You've also got to be good yourself, which I'm not saying I'm good, I'm not the best, but you know, the tune does help me out a bit. You can get close to the wall, keep that line, make sure you keep that high, try not to get any corrections. Keep close to this inside wall. You can get a decent exit on the last one, and then that should hopefully get you a high score. 102. Done. Easy as that. Now I'll do the other attempts just to get the other attempts out of the way. That should at least get me into the top 3 of qualifying. So you can be pretty consistent with this car as well. So you can always keep that line, always keep next to the wall, always get the clipping zone, and 8 out of 10 times you'll probably get over 100 score. So unless you tap the wall or something, you won't really go below 100, 101 maybe. Like for example, if I was to do this and then drift out a bit too far, untap, that's pretty much the only way you can really score below 101 or whatever. But sometimes you might be able to save it, put in a good run afterwards, and you might be able to pull that 100 and whatever back. But sometimes you can't, like that for example. So as long as you don't tap the wall or whatever, this tune, completely fine. It can get you 102s consistently. Well, I guess it's now time to beat everyone in the championship. And would you look at that? First, well, straight into the top 8. Go into our first competition, see what we can do. So one thing I have noticed about other people is that they can be a bit terrible if they have a certain car. I always like to see what car they're running, just so I know if they're going to be good or not. You can always tell by the paint job, or the like the tune of the wheels. Alright, so this guy, I don't know, not the best car. A bit slow. Yeah, another thing about this car is that it's quite quick, so it can be quite quick off the line, and you can also catch up with the car leading as well if you encounter a fast sprinter. Oh, it's keeping up quite well. Not the best chase one though. So the problem is with going against a slow car like this, like a really slow car, is that they're so fucking slow that you just run into them. Which is just stupid when they fucking slow down to a point where you can't do anything about it. Which really pisses me off sometimes. But I would have won that either way because I got a 101 chase run and he got a 50 and he missed one of the flipping zones. But it's a good example of what you can do. Like, I'll do a little tandem with drift myself where the other person ain't gonna fuck up. Just to show you how good it really is. Just as a proper proving ground because some other people just don't know how to fucking drift half the time. Alright, so I've just set up a quick little drift with my other car. Nothing too good. Just so I can run an example. But this car is quite good at keeping a close distance when you do actually have a person who can actually drift in front of you. Like, it can actually keep up quite well. I'll admit my lead drift one wasn't the best. I just kind of had a quick go. So it's pretty shit. But say this M4 can keep up quite. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I forgot I slammed the brakes on a bit too early. But it can keep up quite well. And say the actual car itself, it's pretty decent. So you've got good initiation. I feel like a fucking drift critic now, fucking going into a bunch of detail. You got good initiation, you can keep the drift up. Yeah, I don't do much tandems myself, so this is a bit terrible compared to what other people can do. But as an example, it's pretty decent. You can keep up quite well with it. And I reckon, if you wanted to win a few championships and you had a good tune, this will be what it is. Yeah, and then I forgot I put the brakes on really early in that blue car. But I say it worked pretty well. I guess the tune is all done, examples all done. I'll show you what body kit I'm running and all that. Custom tune, just in case you want to copy my stance, because it is pretty clean. So with the body kit, I'm running a stock tuned, a stock front lights, a custom bumper, custom bonnet, custom side mirrors, custom roll cage. I'm basically running all custom, basically. The locks on the rear, the stock bumper, because I don't really like the custom bumper. Custom spoiler, all custom, stock tail lights, custom exhaust. Uh, on the inside I don't think I'm running anything. Uh, the great setup, quite good. So the wheels I'm running D-Spec Deep Dish 5 spoke. I say they do look very nice with a chrome barrel with a, I believe it's a matte white spoke. Pretty good. And I think that'll be it for this car. It's an amazing car. Recommend trying it. And I'll see you in the next one.